Peter, thanks so much for coming to talk about trust and talk about the conference. You're a very well-known guy, written an impressive book on trust, obviously a very busy guy. Why was it important for you to make time on October 2nd to come and participate in the Summit on Restoring Trust?
Well, Bob, first of all, thank you very much for having me. The notion of trust in business, we think, is in its infancy. And there is an entire cultural revolution that's going on in corporate boardrooms, in public affairs groups, in risk groups, that says we have to pay attention to things in our social environment that we never thought we would have to, particularly when we went to business school. It was more than 10 minutes ago. My role and my desire is to have this conversation. And I think you start by asking the right questions. And people are not going to know, everybody wants to build trust. How do you do it? What questions do you ask yourself? What is necessary in the culture, in the structure of the organization? How do you get started? How do you learn?
Important questions, yeah. We've got some impressive folks to come and wrestle with those. You're one of them. We've got people, academics from different parts of the globe. What do you think are really, sort of, in your view, some of the important questions that are going to be part of the solution?
Well, my important question to our audience is trust a fundamental principle or is it a strategy? Now, there are all kinds of questions as to whether a corporation who's trying to build trust is doing it in order to survive, in order to do better business, or whether it is out of a fundamental belief. And one thing I think people have to recognize in organizations is if it's a strategy that you don't really believe in, you're going to run out of strategy at exactly the wrong time. And so the one thing I would like to communicate, and I'm sure many of my colleagues will be communicating, is this is something that is a fundamental cultural change. And the company has to evolve on its most profound level in order to execute this well. It's a many years process, and if we haven't gotten started yet, it's probably about time.
Right, good point. Yeah, and I know you're part of an impressive group that's going to wrestle with trust repair. Yourself, Nicole Gillespie from Queensland, Australia, Charlie Green, Jim Peterson as well, was at Arthur Anderson. So I'm really curious to hear that conversation.
Well, we hope to do something that will be valuable to people. I mean, if you're repairing trust, you already have a problem. And the first thing you need to ask yourself is, what needs to change? Where does it need to change? Is it simply in the institution, or is it in all of us personally? And one of the things that I like to talk about, and I think is very important, is that it just isn't about the organization. It's really about what you have learned in your life and transferring it into a culture and a psychology towards the social environment that says we are going to become more aligned with you because we can't survive without doing that. Times have changed. I think you've noticed that.
Yeah, and it gets us into sustainability and corporate social responsibility and trust, which is sort of all wrapped together. Well, thanks so much. It's been great chatting with you, and I really look forward to hearing you at the conference.
I look forward to engaging with everybody at the conference. It's a great opportunity. Thank you.
Great.